Welcome, everybody, to Pinfalls and Passports. For those who don't already know, this is a podcast for people just like you. Those who love the sport of professional wrestling and for members of our WWE travel community, the Discord server. Not a member of our travel community yet? Come join one of the fastest growing pro wrestling communities online. You can find the Discord invite link here in the podcast bio. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Pinfalls and Passports, on X at Pinfalls and Pass, and TikTok at pinfalls_passports. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to this podcast to keep up to date with all the things involving the world of professional wrestling. My name is Mira. This is Pinfalls and Passports. And today I'm joined by Danny and Dorkchop. And we have some special guests here. We have Danny and Zane, a.k.a. Vince Russo and El freaking Dudeico, to talk about their love for pro wrestling and their intense rivalry that played out last year. So, the floor is yours, Dork Chops. Kick them off. Kick them off.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea, Dork Chop.
Anyway, so just want to start off with a couple of softball questions here. First of all, where are you guys from? Where are you joining us from?
Who's
Yeah.
going
I
first?
was going to ask
Danny.
the exact same thing. Okay. Well, so what's the question again? What is it where I'm from?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You can tell it's 10:30 night here that I'm forgetting stuff, but yeah, no. So I was originally born in London, but I've been living in Ireland now for like the last 23 years.
All right. And no plans on the Canadian citizenship.
That's confidential, but yeah. Hopefully within the next couple of years that'll be changed into Vancouver. So we'll see.
Outstanding. And Zane.
Yes, sir. Born and bred in Manchester. Lovely, lovely Manchester. England, that is, if you couldn't tell from the accent. And yeah, I've been here my entire life, 28 years of life. And yeah, no intention to move to Canada.
Good. Vancouver's only big enough for one of
Imagine
us.
that. I'd be tormented every day of my life if I did that.
But you get the finest rat milk from Stanley.
But yeah, man, how great. What are we 2.5 minutes in and there's rat milk comments. Jesus.
Don't worry, I hear in Canada they put their rat milk in bags, so you'll be fine.
Love it. Anyway, sorry we interrupted you.
Oh,
All right. So, when in conceiving this rivalry, how did the two of you first meet?
Oh yeah, I'll let you go there
Yes,
first,
please.
Zane, and then.
Yeah, I mean, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on anything after I'm done yapping. But so I joined the server mid-December 2023. I was fairly quiet, quite reserved. I talk here and there, and my first proper memory of getting to know Dudeico was when the topic of wrestling training had come up, and I think from memory, Dudeico was talking about how he had wrestled, trained to wrestle. And I was like, oh, wait, I used to train to wrestle as well back in like 2016, 17 or 2017, 18. And that was literally, I felt, the biggest sort of like icebreaker between myself and Dudeico. We sort of bonded over that. We reminisced heavily over that, talking about all the crazy bumps we take, the injuries we had. Although Dudeico had a myriad of injuries, way more than I did. God bless him. And yeah, we sort of bonded properly over that, and then we talked fondly about how much we enjoyed promo class as well. And then that's what really started to get the ball rolling, I feel, in my opinion.
Yeah. That is essentially the story of it. I mean, I joined the server. I think it was January of 2024. Yeah. It was just before Philly, and I was relatively quiet for a bit. And then I remember one day I had a power cut in my house, so I was sitting there going, I might as well talk on this wrestling server and see what happens. And lo and behold, I got talking to Zane about wrestling. I mean, it's a little known fact that, of course, the wrestling connections that are now in WWE, which I never shut up about. But like we got talking about like how much we missed it, and of course like promos came up, and then I think like literally like an hour later, like I thought, fuck it, I'm dropping a promo on this guy, and I kind of just like started the whole rivalry. And like it was literally just 3 minutes of me just like I put my phone down, I just chat a bit of shit about Zayn, and that sparked an entire 2-year feud. So
Wow.
yeah, it's just funny how like a little conversation kind of started like what I feel is probably one of the probably like I'm going to sound a little arrogant here, but I do think it's kind of sparked what will probably be the greatest ever rivalry on this server.
Yeah.
100%.
So, I mean, we kind of covered a little bit of it. Danny, do you have any follow-ups here? In terms of like
I have a question. What was your guys' first interactions when you first met? I actually I don't even
I
know
can't
that.
remember that. We was it the tailgate in Philly when we first met in person? No, it was Stand and Deliver.
No,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
it
stand
was
and
the
deliver. It was
Mm-hmm.
that
the infamous
fucking.
group photo that took like 8 takes.
Yep.
It took every single time. Every single time I managed to hound down a person, it took like 2 minutes to get someone to actually take a goddamn picture. I was like, okay, great, we can finally take this fucking group picture. Took the group picture and then, oh hey, I'm from the server. I'm like, God damn it! Like,
Mm-hmm.
how are you so perfectly late every single time?
Yeah, as I think I did
That's funny
the
though.
first picture of us two in the Philly Memories thing. I think that was the first photo that we had together, and that was just before Stand and Deliver because it
Yeah,
was sort of like, going, oh hey, we finally meet, and
I
it's went
know.
from
Yeah,
there.
that was so cool.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, so cool.
Uh, so let me ask you guys now, what is your guys' wrestling stories? What got you into it? Who was the main superstar? What's your guys' earliest memories that you remember about wrestling?
I answered first before,
Oh,
so I'll
okay,
let you
okay.
go, Danny.
Yeah,
That's all
so for
right.
me, wrestling has sort of always been in my life in one way or another. Like, I never really had that moment where I was like, okay, I'm a wrestling fan. As like growing up, obviously in the early '90s, Hulk Hogan was absolutely everywhere. So I do remember as a kid having Hulk Hogan and British Bulldog underwear. So that's like my earliest wrestling memory. I do remember watching a few Eddie Guerrero matches back when he was in WCW, and that was like when the cable box would like glitch to hell and just like give you random TV programming. So I remember watching that, and then after a few years, I sort of properly got into wrestling. I made a friend in school called Chris, who was an absolute piece of shit. Sadly, apologies for my language. He stole my Game Boy. I'm still very mad about that. But he got me into wrestling. He showed me WrestleMania X7 on VHS, and that kind of and it kind of just went from there. I got out of it for a few years, and then my brother started picking it up. So I was there going, oh, cool, like all these people I remember are still there, and I just haven't stopped watching since then. So it's been a solid 20 or so plus years,
Hmm,
and of course, it's taken me on a wild and wacky adventure to a few countries that I never ever thought I'd go to. So here we are, you know?
amazing.
Yeah, so my story's a little bit weird because I don't remember the first match, show, or anything. My first recollection of memory of wrestling as a whole was that I'd saw it on my TV and I didn't know what the hell I was watching. I later learned that what I was watching was Kurt Angle. So probably one of the finest introductions someone could get to pro wrestling. And I don't know why and I don't know how, but when I watched Kurt Angle in that random clip on TV, I was like, whoa, that's cool. I like that. I want to watch more of that. I don't know why I wanted to watch more of it. I just found it cool. And I did, yeah. I just watched more and more of it. And then as I got older and older, I was more and more invested. I was singing the songs everywhere. I was making my family sick and tired of me. It just got to a point where it just never really left my life. It's been the one constant for as long as I can remember. It's always been there for me. Pro wrestling has been there for me at my lowest, at my highest. No matter what I'm feeling, I will always consume some form of wrestling content, whether that is a full-on show, a theme song, a podcast, or like, I think my favorite go-to clip is Chris Jericho's debut. I cannot get enough of that, honest to God. And yeah, like ever since I saw Kurt Angle, it was like love at first sight kind of thing, and
Hmm.
here I am.
Not,
I like the way you say that it's always been there for you. I feel like a lot of people probably feel that way. We just don't say it enough, but yeah, it's always been there for us. And it doesn't matter what season it is, what month it is, what day it is. It's gonna be there Monday and Friday. I like that.
Exactly,
I like the way you put that.
exactly. Yeah, I think for some people it's been a genuine like lifesaver as well,
yeah.
which is amazing. Like it's crazy to think that something as menial, I don't mean that properly though, but as something as menial as pro wrestling can just be such a release for people from their day to day, the horrible day to. It's like it's such
Yeah.
good escapism. You can get really lost in a story, and it's a fantastic outlet for millions and millions of people.
There was a quote actually I saw, I think this morning, funny enough. I think someone was talking about like how easy it is to get kids into wrestling because like they go into a building full of adults that fully buy into the stuff that's happening into the ring. So like the kids are like going like oh my god, this is the coolest thing, and all these adults are reacting as if it's the coolest thing. So like it's kind of cool that like wrestling kind of has that like power to like connect people and just like as we see with the server build communities and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually what our following question. So, how has the server changed your life? Like we already started touching on like a little bit of it,
Oh
but
man.
we'll go with Danny. You go first. Since Zane just finished up.
You know damn well how that's you all know damn
Well,
well
I
how
know.
this changed my life anyway. Oh no. Honestly, like the server has been like life changing in like so many different ways. Like I joined, like obviously, like I joined the server because I'm initially meant to go to WrestleMania in Philly with friends, and then they all bailed. So I was going by myself. I was like, going, okay, I'm going halfway across the world by myself. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And Martin dropped a link to the server in my Reddit post. And from there, I'm like obviously not to go on a big sentimental tryout of things. Like I've made some of the best friends and some of the best friends I could possibly ask for. Like with the people that I'm talking to here, there's other people within the server. Like we've all shared like such amazing memories, and like it's memories that I'm never ever going to forget. And then, of course, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Of course, I met Nicole via the server, and obviously, if you told me this time a year ago before Vegas that I would be contemplating moving, well, I say contemplating, not like I will be moving to Canada to live with a woman that I met via a wrestling Discord server, I would have laughed at you. So it's changed my life in more ways than I can describe, and like I think I've been more than vocal in the server by saying like I will forever be indebted to the server on with the impact it's had on my life. And then of course I've had two amazing WrestleManias. Like Vegas last year was hands down the greatest weekend of my life, and it's all down to, of course, the people I'm talking to here, and of course the hard work that everyone else on the server does to make the community what it is.
You're next. You're
Oh,
next.
I'm next.
You gotta
Yes.
think about it.
He got to ponder on it. I get it.
Yeah, I got to ponder. I mean, where the hell do I start? I mean, I think the funniest place to start is that I gained a new freaking identity. Nobody calls me my real name. I am Vince. I'm Vince Russo to the server, and
I was shocked to
yeah,
hear your name, like your actual name.
you
I was like, what?
thought my name was actually Vince.
Not Vince, but when they were mentioning Neef, I was like, who's Neefy?
Oh yeah, I forgot that's
So I was
how
like,
I
who is
was
that?
blind.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, so new identity aside, I mean, this server literally has helped my childhood dream come true. Like, so I think it was August 2023 is when I'd made the decision that, you know what, like I'm saving so much money and all that jazz. Like, I'm not doing anything with my money. Like, my life is boring, dude. And pro wrestling is like my absolute favorite thing. And then eventually my brain, all three brain cells, managed to connect the dots and figure out that, you know what? Chase your passions, chase your dreams. WrestleMania 40 is around the corner. It's looking like it's going to be one of the greatest manias possibly ever, and it was. And I just bit the bullet, and I was like, yeah, screw it, I'm going to go. And then not only did I go, I actually treated myself to floor seats. This is my first ever WWE event as well. So I thought, if I'm going to go, I'm going to go all out. Why the hell not treat myself? So I bought those tickets, and that was in August 2023. December 2023, I joined, was quiet for a few months. The new identity thing was really, it really helped me come out of my shell because I felt like, okay, these guys kind of like me. They like accept me, can joke around with me, and I can take the jokes and we can like riff off of each other. And I felt like we became decent online friends. And then actually meeting everyone, the tailgate was
Yeah.
the big deal at Philly. Just meeting everyone, seeing everyone like so happy to be around each other, and it didn't feel at all like I was meeting online friends or anything like that. It's like I'm vibing with these people like I've known them since high school. It's crazy. And yeah, like the friends that I'd made since WrestleMania 40 consistently stayed all the way through up until right now. And the bonds that I've built with all those friends is just incredible. Like I chat to you guys literally every single day. I can't imagine my life without you guys at all. I think I would be so bored. I would be so sad. And I don't think I'd enjoy wrestling as much because the biggest highlight, and granted, I don't get the opportunity to do this as much, but the biggest highlight for me is watching wrestling live with you guys and just chatting shit about about the product here and there, what we liked, what popped us, what didn't pop us, and all that. So yeah, like yeah, genuinely life changing in so many ways, but the friends for sure, friends
Yeah.
for a lifetime.
That's really sweet. Yeah, I'm a little off kilter here. So, Danny, you mentioned that you don't remember what you got from In and Out.
No. No, I remember being in In-N-Out, and I remember that I missed X-Pac because of that. But yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I was like, well, yeah,
Duty to
yeah,
eat.
like I needed soakage. I was just after doing 10.5 hours flying. I literally got to my hotel room, got changed, went into a bath like an hour into Wale, and then we carried on drinking that and that outside in just out on Link.
The Link,
Is it Link
the Link
Boulevard?
Promenade, yep.
Link Promenade. Yeah, there we go. That's the one.
Probably not.
Yeah, so like I was like, okay, I'm not going to bed anytime soon. I'm going to need some food to soak up this alcohol. So I grabbed In and Out just happened to be the first place open. Went in, I grabbed it. It might have been a cheeseburger. I don't know what it was. I just grabbed one. Like I looked at the menu, and went, okay, that looks good. I'll get that. I come out with a burger. And it's like, dude, like you just missed the X-Pac. I'm like fuck. But I have.
That was a legendary photo too, man.
Yeah, like
There was so many people in that pic.
yeah. Like I have no real like I've no regrets of missing it. It's just like a funny story to have more than anything, you know. Like
Was your meal good at least? Do you remember?
I don't remember it at all. In my defense, I did not get back to my hotel room till 6 in the morning. I remember being in Denny's at like 5 in the morning, drunk and very high, and just sitting there with a stack of pancakes and bacon going, well, this is my first time in Vegas. I had to meet Zane and Austin and everyone else at the Westgate for the morning buffet at like 7:30. So
That's
That's
right.
crazy.
yeah, as Zane can vouch, I was very tired. Apparently, I napped at the table for a couple of minutes. So
Not apparently.
You did.
Not
Yeah.
apparently. It was 100%.
yeah,
Yes.
but yeah. Like you can even see the picture of where I met Rhea that morning. I was absolutely fucked. I was so tired, but I would not change a thing about that night.
So, Zane,
Vinny.
I'm sorry, Danny.
Yeah. Sorry. No. I was just gonna ask Vince if he had it in out too.
I did not. I didn't have
Wow.
In and Out. I know. I'm such
the
a failure.
fuck, dude?
Like, oh, shit.
Coming to the
Just
West
ban me
Coast and
right
didn't
now,
have.
fuck.
I'm leaving.
Psych.
That's
Damn.
okay. You can have it in 2 weeks back in Vegas Mania. We'll see you there.
Yeah, I just bought my flights just before this call as well. So, yeah.
I feel like somebody is gonna show up. Something just tells me out of the fucking blue. They didn't even tell
Well,
us. Someone's just gonna pop up.
I might know who that person is, but I'm not allowed to say.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dork, are we moving through this question list? Or,
Did you want to save that next question for later,
Just
or
so-
did you want to move on to the?
yeah, we can save that one for
Alright.
last.
And then so, this is going to be more for Zane than it is for Danny because Danny, you didn't join us in DC for that epic night of karaoke.
I had Nicole coming to Ireland that weekend, so
Yeah.
we were observing all the fun from afar.
Yeah. But your go-to karaoke tunes.
God damn, that is a question and a half.
I got asked this in work like 2 weeks ago, and I did karaoke in Canada literally a month ago.
Nice. Wait, so what is your go-to? Wait, actually, did you ask that me?
I asked
Sorry.
that of both of you. The go-to karaoke tune.
Oh, okay.
Because I mean, I know we belted out a few tunes in DC.
Oh, you're goddamn right. You're damn right we did.
I suppose
Oh
90s
man,
90s pop is usually a really good safe bet. You know,
I
like
thought
nice bit of white
that's
girl
like
pop.
All Reliable. Toxic by Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Oh,
the basic white guy song of "I Wait" by the Backstreet Boys. I mean, that always goes down well.
oh yeah, that goes hard. That goes hard. For me, I really love singing "Careless Whisper"
Ooh.
Oh,
by George Michael. That is a banger.
Um,
I just love
I
that
did
song.
enjoy the Silence
So
by
singing it.
Depeche Mode last time, which was actually quite good.
yeah, that's a great song.
Mm, Gold by Spandau Ballet is also fantastic to sing at karaoke. It's so good. And then if you want to go
House
wrestling,
tour.
House. Did you see the video, Danny? Yeah.
Oh,
I'm dying. Dude, I had to watch that once we get off of here.
Oh yeah. I feel like you'll be watching it a long time.
Yeah, or espresso.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
a banger. Oh, I sang that with Pig in DC. That was great.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Shout, shout out to Pig. Shout out to
I would be
Pig.
I would be crucified if I don't mention that. Of course, you got thrown a bit of Taylor. You always have to.
Oh, dude,
Oh
of
yeah.
You right.
course.
You
Naturally.
right.
The 10-minute version of
Oh,
All
of course,
Too
of
Well.
course.
Shout out Nicole.
Oh man. So I guess we'll move on to the rivalry now. What inspired it? I'll start with you, Danny. Just what was the inspiration for the rivalry and how you came about bringing it to life?
Yeah, like there wasn't really too much inspiration at the start. I mean, like as we said, like we were talking about how we both used to train and we both missed doing promo stuff. So at the start, it was just us bouncing promos off each other, and then from there, I feel like our characters kind of grew. Especially with me being the
Mm.
server Seth and Zane being a massive CM Punk fan. Obviously, they had a big rivalry at the time, so I do feel we kind of fed into that a bit, and like we used a lot of that to inspire the character work and stuff like that. And then from there, it was a case of like, okay, we got like these base set characters, and the more that, yeah, like the more we started doing promos, the more we kind of like built, like fed into the characters, and we slowly started like throwing real life elements into stuff as well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we
like
did.
our DMs for about 2 years, it effectively looked like a WWE Unreal script, as it was just us like booking promos, sending promos to each other, going like, "Oh, dude, is it okay if I say this? Is it okay if I say that?" Like when I got let go, like when I got let go of my old job, I remember going to Zane, going, "Dude, use that in your promo. Like I'm okay with it," and it took a good bit of convincing, as
Oh
but
man.
like
Yeah.
we just wanted to make this be as real as humanly possible, and like like we were never going to actually wrestle a match, but I mean, like it would have been cool if we were able to hire a ring and work an actual match for the server. Like that would have been cool as hell, but the money behind that is
Right.
ridiculous. But yeah, no, like so like we just got these base characters. Obviously, we based them off of our favorite wrestlers. We had a bit, like obviously I had a bit of some Seth elements in it. There were some CM Punk elements there for Zayn, and we just sort of just rolled with it. So like once we did like a round of promos, we'd like go, right, where do we take this from there? But yeah, no, like obviously, I think we both kind of knew that one or both of us weren't going to make it to Mania this year, so we kind of had to make everything for the Mania last year to be as big and as like not overproduced, but like we had to make it the spectacle that we wanted it to be, because after 2 years
Yeah.
of feuding, like we can't really continue a third year of a feud because we're like, oh, these guys are still at it,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. I think I've covered most things before I start rambling a bit more. If there's anything Zane wants to add there.
No, I think honestly you've nailed every point. I think the most important context is that we were just wrestling
Mm.
nerds living out a
Right.
dream. Honestly, that convo we had, I want to say like Feb or March 2024 about reminiscing wrestling training, and then Dudeico dropped that promo out of nowhere. That seeing him drop that, I was like, oh, this is so cool. Like I get to respond back to something. I get to relive my old days of training and just play a character a little bit. And when both of us were confirmed going to Las Vegas, I think naturally the conversation was like, what if we just, you know, turn those promos into something bigger. Because going into WrestleMania 40, I think we only did like one promo each, and then like the teaser graphic
Yeah,
thing, right? Is
yeah,
that
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. There was
And
one or
then
two promos, and then like I made like a 2D graphic. So like after
yeah,
Philly, like I think we kind of left it for a bit, and then we went, shall we just
mm,
like roll it back and like go fully in on this, and especially once we were both confirmed for Vegas, you know?
exactly. Because at that point, when we were both confirmed for Vegas, we had like 8 months of
Mm.
time to actually do stuff. Whereas for going into Philly, we only had like a month. So, and back then we weren't like as close
Yeah,
friends, and I don't mean that in a
no,
bad way. We were just like we had met each other at that point, and going into Vegas, we were much
Mhm.
much closer. And Dudeico knows like the deepest, darkest stuff about me.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
like he's my guy, truly. So we properly just leaned into the whole, let's turn it into something fun. And I think the story was basically WrestleMania 40. So the the backstory of the rivalry that we created was that, we were trainers, friends, then best friends, and then effectively brothers. And then we had like a grudge match at
yeah,
WrestleMania 40 that obviously didn't
Right.
happen, but and I couldn't bring myself to defeat Dudeico, and Dudeico stabbed me in the back, just like Seth Rollins would, you know. So the going into Vegas, I was like, you know what? Screw you, Dudeico. How dare you? You took advantage of an ounce of compassion and sympathy that I showed you. No, that version of Vince Russo is dead. This is a new version. I'm gonna kill you at Las Vegas.
Hmm.
That was basically
yeah,
if you want to boil it down into what the story going into Vegas was, that was basically it. And yeah, it was just tons of back and forth, loads of DMs towards each other, of like pitching ideas. I think at one point we successfully did a double turn, and I was like, wait, what?
yeah. That
How did that
yeah, that was the
happen?
unemployment angle because I remember I dropped a promo
Yeah.
after, and I was actually having a really bad day that day. So I used that really like upset emotion to throw it into the promo, and I still believe that was my Oscar performance. But yeah, I remember us both being in the DMs going like, dude, did we just do a double turn? And then like literally the next round of promos, it was immediately back to the status quo where I was the heel again. just people, just people forgot that you made fun of me for losing my job, and I just went, nah, El Dudico's a dick anyway.
Oh man. Great stuff.
Man, dude, on that unemployment bit, like I remember feeling so like even after you gave, I think 20
Yeah,
times approval, I felt awful saying that and posting it. I was like, what have I done? Like, have I actually just gone to like this is just two geeks being
yeah.
geeks. Like this is surely over the top. But no, he was such a good sport about it. I was like, wow,
Yeah, as I remember saying to you, like in messages, like literally, like I wouldn't be okay. I'm like, I wouldn't have brought this idea to you if I wasn't okay with you saying this. And I do remember spending a while convincing you because, like, I get it, like it's not a nice thing to make fun of somebody losing their job is a crap thing. However, you
yeah.
know, I just wanted to add that spice and like that element of realism to elevate the story even further. Like with each round of promos, I wanted people to go like, "Oh my god!" Like how, like I wanted to keep people guessing and seeing where the story was going. And I feel we did that. Like I feel like we kind of encapsulated the imaginations of the server and like really got people talking about those promos at the time. Like I do feel that we really create something special with that rivalry.
Yes.
Mm, it was really fun. I think that the coolest part for me was people going, "Oh, I'm Team
Yeah,
Russo. Oh no, I'm Team Dudeico." I was like, "This is so fucking
yeah,
cool." Like this is just like it's two nerds nerding out, and it's turned into something. It's like,
Yeah.
ah, I love it.
yeah. As like I remember us trying to keep kayfabe in the server for a while as well, and it was just too difficult because like we wanted to keep these characters that hated each other, but we were two good friends on a server, and we just couldn't keep the facade going. I mean, like the pictures in Vegas. I don't think that there's a single picture of us in Vegas where we're not hugging. So, you know,
Exactly.
Like, I think the closest to photo we got was you stealing my drink at fucking Fremont.
Dude, I love that picture so
So,
much.
The
It's
infamous
like the
jug of
world.
blue.
It's like the comedically long
yeah.
straw. The big
Yeah, the
jug
big
of
jug
blue.
of blue, yeah.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, that was great, though.
Tasted
I
good,
have
by the
a
way.
I have a video of you guys. I think Neefy, you slapped Danny, and then Dork Chop came in. And then Dork Chop came in and he was like, "Nope, we need to separate you
Oh no,
guys."
yeah. No,
No,
that was outside Wale, and we did the face off, and like we tried to do like the holding the belts,
yeah,
and then I just give him a cheeky slap in the face, and then we sort of just like laugh
yeah.
amongst
He
Yeah.
each
slapped
other.
me.
And
Yeah, he
I think
slapped
there was
me.
someone in the
Yeah,
background
that's funny.
screaming, "What happened to kayfabe?"
I gotta find
I
that to
think I
find
have it
that.
in my downloads folder still. It's such a great clip.
Grinning ear to ear for that one. So we've pretty much covered what inspired the approach you guys took to telling the story, which was going to be the next question. So you're reading our minds. I love that. But who were your character
Whoops.
influences for this? We'll start with you, Zane.
Mine was definitely CM Punk and Paul Heyman. CM Punk for the more like realism and just sort of like chip on his shoulder kind of vibe, and Paul Heyman in the sense of like the vocabulary. I really tried hard to find, quote unquote fancy words in my promo to just sound more intellectual, more like a mastermind. And a little bit of I think it was 2009, Chris Jericho, suit and tie, where he'd call everyone a troglodyte. I love that stuff. Yeah, they're some of my favorite heels. So I took inspiration from all of those three for sure. CM Punk, naturally. He was a big inspiration for my promos back in like wrestling training as well. And the character in wrestling training as well. Paul Heyman again, vocabulary, and Chris Jericho also for being like a bastard heel and the vocab as well. So yeah, definitely those three for me.
All right. And Danny?
Yeah, I mean, so like obviously there's no secrets. Of course, there was elements of Seth in what I was doing, like especially more to do with his lockdown stuff. Like the Monday Night Messiah and like the Savior kind of thing he did. Because I was speaking with Zane during the character development stuff that we were talking, and I was there saying, okay, I want my character to like kind of descend a bit more into madness and just like believe his own hype kind of thing. I stole a little bit of JBL with the wrestling god kind of stuff. JBL as a heel back in the mid 2000s, massively underrated. And then for like the sheer raw emotion stuff, there's a lot of Dolph Ziggler in that. Of course, there's that one promo where he speaks to Miz, said like, "Oh, sometimes you give and you give and you give, and what you love doesn't give you back," kind of thing. So I do remember trying to channel that in that one promo. But yeah, there was a lot of Seth, and then with I think I tried playing with some occult stuff during one of the promos, and it just didn't feel right to me. So like that was very like Aleister Blackish kind of thing, especially like with the glasses I have at the moment. If I tie my hair up with the undershave and the beard, I do have a wee bit of Aleister Black look to myself, and I've always been told by people that I have that cult leader look. So I thought, okay, cool, I'm gonna play into this as well. So there was outside of wrestling influences as well.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Mira?
Now, I did have a question for you guys. Now, I think, Danny, you touched on this a little bit in the server. When you did wrestling training, did you come across anyone that's now in WWE or just anyone that is big in the indies, even just anything like that?
Oh, let's say an answer first because everyone knows my answers.
You'll be able to talk to yours a lot more. So during wrestling training, I think some of the biggest names, from the UK perspective at least, Sam Gradwell. He was in NXT UK when that was a thing. I think he was champion at one point. I think. So I trained with him. He was very cool. He was very nice. I don't know much about him nowadays, so if he's a wrong un, then Lana Austin, I believe. She was lovely. She was super, super nice as well. And her brother, who I can't remember his name. Oh, terrible. But yeah, they were both there one time, and they'd actually praised my promo skills at one point, and I was like, "Oh my god, you guys are praising me!" I was like, "Oh my god," and it was just super, super cool. I was very starstruck, like all of the freaking time, honestly. But I think they were the biggest names because I didn't train for super long either. But yeah, they were the standout names for me at least.
Yeah, that's really cool. No, I only asked that as well because I know y'all both have the background. But when I was like even trying to figure out in Philly, I was like, I'm gonna hear the Sandmans and things like that. So I was like, okay, I just want to ask you guys to see. And then
Yeah.
Danny, your turn.
I was trying to avoid mentioning these connections the entire podcast, but yeah, obviously it's
It's
a little
okay.
known secret that I was training in Fight Factory Pro Wrestling, which is the school that Finn Balor set up. So there are big names that have come from that school, like Becky Lynch did some time there, but obviously the time I was there, JD McDonough was there at the time, back then known as Jordan Devlin. He had just signed for WWE UK at that stage, so I'd say literally it was a week after he had that match with, I can't remember his name, it's like Danny Butch or something like that, a bald guy. The match was called off early because he accidentally cut the back of his head.
Danny Burch.
Oh, Danny Burch. Yeah, no. So he had a lot to talk about that because obviously it was still in the time of it airing. And of course, there was a very young Lyra Valkyria starting off back then. Obviously, both of them are doing very, very well for themselves right now. And honestly, it makes me so happy to see them on TV on a weekly basis and just like knowing that. It's like, yeah, at one stage, like I was like sharing mats with these people. Like JD was such a cool guy to like just to be around. Like he was very, very humble in the sense that like the gym that I was in is actually being used in a few WWE promotions. Like they did a promotion, like a documentary about Finn Balor coming back from his injury when he destroyed his shoulder, winning the Universal. So it showed him in that gym for a small bit. And they did a video package for Lyra, I think SummerSlam, I think it was. The ring that they used in that was actually the ring that I used to train in, which was really fucking cool to see.
Wow.
But yeah, like JD would like sort of like come in on like every session, just say hi to everyone, like say hi to everyone, shake hands with everyone, and do the exact same when leaving. Like I'm like he wouldn't leave until he said goodbye to everyone, kind of thing. Like it was very kind of like, I was like, going like, look, if I make it, that's how I want to conduct myself, kind of thing. And then with names that obviously aren't in WWE, I think one of the biggest names was someone called Debbie Keitel. She was an OTT for a good bit, which is like Ireland's like biggest promotion, and I think she did around the UK Indies for a bit as well. I'm not quite sure what she's doing right now, but I know that she was definitely one of the more talented people that was there at the time.
No, that's really cool. I know just like hearing your promos and stuff, like y'all have had really good training. You're able to embrace your characters, not break the cape. Like you understand like the wrestling psychology of it all. And I think it's really cool to know who y'all been around and been trained by and been influenced by. And it's just like it makes y'all who you are. And it's just great.
Awesome.
All right. Any other questions we want to throw out from the panels?
Oh, he got one
All
more.
right,
over there.
Danny.
Oh man.
I've got one more question, guys. I'm gonna put you guys on the hot seat. I'll start with
Go on.
Danny. Who is in your Mount Rushmore? Past, present, dead, alive. I don't
I was
care,
warned about
man.
this question, and I'm gonna say
Give it to us.
it's Danhausen.
Give it to
Danhausen
us.
4 times.
Oh my god! I'm fucking leaving. I'm fucking leaving.
No, but jokes aside, The Undertaker is straight there. Like The Undertaker was a huge influence on me growing up. Like obviously I grew up as like the gothy teenager, so of course I'm gonna love The Undertaker. I mean, Bret Hart has to be there. I mean, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. John Cena has to be up there as well. Like I mean, like the man. I mean, like we were all there to see number 17. I mean, he's undoubtedly the best. Well, yeah, the best professional wrestler of all time. And was it 4 people from Mount Rushmore, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I said Taker, Bret Hart, Cena. Oh, I'm gonna go outside of WWE and just throw in Kenny Omega because. Like the man is a wrestling machine. Like I don't watch much AEW, but when I do, it's usually for Kenny. So.
Yeah. And Zane?
He's gonna say Vince Russo.
CM Punk 4 times.
Actually, David Arquette. Hands down.
I love these troll answers. I love them.
Can I change my answer to James Ellsworth 4 times? But the third one actually has a chin.
Oh god. He hit no chin music. Oh man, my 4. John Cena undoubtedly. He fully carried the company, whether we like it or not. And I was one of those like, I was sick of him at one point for the longest time, but he absolutely carried the company. He was the poster boy. He was all reliable. He could do everything, truly. AJ Styles,
Okay.
one of the best to ever do it. Granted, he was only in WWE 2016, but you can't deny it. You can't just not pretend. I mean, you can't pretend, sorry, that TNA in his Japan time was just not a thing. One of the greatest to ever do it. And on the note of one of the greatest to ever do it, Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin, without a doubt. I think those four. So I've got Cena, Austin, Shawn, and Styles.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's a solid Mount Rushmore to me.
That's the
Yeah.
go-to list. Yeah,
Both lists
go-to
are
list,
goated.
boys.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat four Danhausen. Christ.
Oh yeah. All right. So, any more questions from the panel?
No, I'm okay. I think that's everything. I think they answered
Ab-
everything for us too.
I have one, but you can keep it short. You can keep it short. Travel plans this year for wrestling?
Oh, I've none.
None?
Yeah.
Nothing?
Yeah. A lot of my travel these days is to and from Vancouver. So,
For what?
of course,
Shit! She's gonna listen
I know,
to
right?
this,
Yeah.
and she's gonna message me. She's gonna be like, Danny,
She's gonna
Fuck you.
shake me for you when I'm in Vancouver next week.
But yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, to go to Vancouver is of course to go over to see my lovely girlfriend that I've met thanks to this server. So, yeah, Vancouver's slowly becoming a second home for me, and honestly, I love that place so goddamn much.
Lovely. Yeah, nowhere abroad for me. The furthest I'll be traveling is London for AEW All In,
Oh, yeah.
baby. And I'll be seeing a couple of
That's
you.
right.
I'll be seeing a couple of you there. That'll be great.
Yeah. My first trip across the
very
pond.
nice, very nice.
Oh man, that's gonna be so cool. Oh, I cannot wait to
I
see
know,
you
right?
guys.
It's gonna be great. But it's been great seeing you guys tonight, and thank you for allowing us to pick your brains about everything with the server and the rivalry, and your personal lives and your in and out orders and everything in between. So. I want to thank you for staying up late to join us tonight, and just thank you for being here. We really appreciate having you. And we have been Pinballs and Passports.